Today on Fashion Guide, young, brave, and talented, the debutante designers of Kazakhstan Fashion Week. The little star of fashion, an 11-year-old dancer becomes a model. Choo, from shoemaker in Malaysia to luxury designer in Europe. Louis Vuitton's special project on the brand's 160th anniversary, and the new fashion collections courtesy of pop stars. Never knew when their finest hour would come, but they always dreamed about it. And they did their best to realize their dreams. The debutantes of the Kazakhstan Fashion Week. They may have began their journeys in other professions, but the steadfast devotion to beauty and the desire to create small revolutions in fashion led to the mastery of these designers. Let's get to know them a little better. The duet of Anna Legay and Olga Kim presented a collection under the brand name Athena Clothing for Brosh. They have been in the business for several years, but this is the first clothing collection. Honestly, I was into accessories. I have a chain of boutiques, so I was working on accessories first. I mean, almost everybody makes accessories for their collections, but we reversed the whole process. The broche bijoux that Olga makes are familiar to many local fashion lovers, but it wasn't possible to find anything larger than an accessory before. She worked in the fashion industry before and even collaborated with the American brand Ralph Lauren, but she couldn't manage to dress Kazakh women. So the sisters, each located on a different side of the coast of the ocean, decided that they should unite. Honestly, we made it so easily. We Skyped with each other because we were in different countries. And this idea came up. We thought, why not? Let's try. At first, we just tried and drew sketches. I made the clothes and Olga made the accessories. And so it began. In the end, the collection appeared to be very rich and diverse. We have plenty of different fabrics. Burlap, knitwear, knitted fabrics, drapery, cotton, satin, and organza. The girls used horses as the symbol of their collection. They used them as prints on dresses and jackets, and as well as metallic ornaments. The foundation of their style is a volumetric cut with a jockey uniform style. The young designer Daria Shafenkova, on the other hand, presented a collection that is totally opposite to minimalism. She dressed her models in chic cocktail and evening dresses. This was the initial direction Daria decided to take.
Коллекция состоит из 20 луков. Там у меня шелк, шифон, ручная вышивка решелье с бисером.
My collection consists of 20 looks. I used silk, chiffon, handmade embroidery, rachel, laces, and sequins. I gave the evening dresses a very precise silhouette. It's more like a wedding dress.
Такой с четким силуэтом и больше как бы к свадебному идет такое.
The debut collection for the Kazakhstan Fashion Week turned out to be light and elegant. This isn't the first year in fashion for Daria. She used to work as a model and even participated in beauty contests, but she has also made a name for herself as a designer. I made the embroidery for these dresses myself, and the laces also, and the beads. It was especially for the Goryachi Chocolate music band. We made it 2 years ago. Another debutante, Aleona Palyanskaya, also created dresses for special occasions. An up-and-coming designer, Damilia Zhumabiek, used modern interpretations of traditional patterns as the foundation for her collection. She printed them on dresses, pants, jackets, and accessories such as bags, clutches, and belts. She says that her inspiration came out of the fabrics themselves. This is my first time here. I've always wanted to be a designer. My collection is called Denim KZ, and actually there aren't many Kazakh patterns. Only the cuts of the clothing are of a more traditional style. Another debutante, Aya Avali, says that she used to work in the fashion industry before becoming a designer. Although she didn't actually design clothing, she used to write about other people's work in the pages of a glossy. She has worked as an editor for a famous magazine for over 5 years now, and everything she has learned about fashion helped her to create her first collection.
Вообще, когда создается коллекция, делаешь определенный moodboard. То есть это какие-то вот понравившиеся.
When you create a collection, you make a kind of mood board, and it will provide inspiration. For example, in architecture, there is a Gothic theme. I've made 5 mood boards. I took parts from every mood board and condensed it into a kind of minimalism with a little bit of construction. The main thing about my collection is that there are, for example, dresses with constructed elements, constructed bows.
То есть здесь такие конструированные плечи, банты такие конструированные.
Geometric cuts and light half-transparent fabrics help to make Aya's dream come true. She also used assemblage and tucks as a decoration. Fashion Guide continues to trace the course of our young designers, and we'll see what they present in the new season during the upcoming Spring Fashion Weeks. Another young star has blasted onto the show business and fashion scenes. 11-year-old Maddie Ziegler, the star of the Australian singer Sia's music video, has achieved stunning success. As a child contemporary dancer with such mature expression, she has become one of the most popular preteens in America. Glossy magazines immediately started to employ her as a model and published a huge fashion photo shoot with her. In the shoot, she posed in outfits by Lanvin, Alexander McQueen, Yves Saint Laurent, Miu Miu, and others. Maddie also stars in a video directed by Jeff Bark, where she dances dressed in clothes from famous brands. And now let's go straight to Great Britain. The famous British brand Jimmy Choo and artistic director Sandra Choi have collaborated on a collection of bejeweled shoes and bags. The capsule collection, entitled Vices, is a shimmer of precious stones and true luxury. It includes 15 evening shoes and 9 clutches. This work has been met with many ecstatic comments from critics. In fact, the brand is on the rise. Jimmy Choo is a designer of Malaysian heritage. He was born to a family of shoemakers and studied the craft with his father. After moving to London, he became one of the world's most famous shoe designers. Today, the brand has more than 170 boutiques around the world, and the company plans to open 10 to 15 more every year.
I think it's a great time for them to show that they're expanding in the industry, that their reputation has grown so much. There's clearly a lot of demand for the business, and to take it forward, to take it to a level where it can expand on that international level, I think now is a great time for them to do that.
Jimmy Choo joined the ranks of Mulberry and Burberry as an exclusive luxury brand. His sales were up 10% and £280 million in the last 6 months. But analysts are not making any long-term predictions.
European luxury goods indices are down by about 11% this year, so on that range of 140 to 180 pence per share, they're really going to have to leave some money on the table if this thing is going to be successful.
The designer plans to sell 25% of his shares at the auction. It's still not clear how much money he is asking for. However, his business is worth nearly £700 million, or more than $1 billion. The icon Louis Vuitton. The famous monogram LV is like a calling card for this legendary French house. However, owners of the brand are musing for a change. They have put it to 6 famous designers to create their own version of the logo, just in time for the brand's 160th anniversary. The participating designers are Ray Kawabuko, Karl Lagerfeld, Christian Louboutin, Frank Gehry, Mark Newson, and Cindy Sherman. And so, after a few months of creation, here are the first results. A limited bag collection entitled Celebrating Monogram. The collection maintains the classic Louis Vuitton colors, but demonstrates a completely different theme and character, and a completely different style of creation as well. That's why the fashion house's crew filmed a short video about every designer and his work. Famous in advance, the bags were presented by models Saskia de Brauw, Julia Nobis, Leah Kebede, and Freya Beha Eriksson. Every pop star dreams of being a trendsetter in the world of fashion. That's why there are more and more of them every year who are taking a shot at design. Nicole Scherzinger presented her second collection, this time in collaboration with an online boutique called Misguided. The ex-Pussycat Dolls member is an admitted stylish celebrity, so she decided to find a profitable way to express her sense of style. Her new collection consists of 35 looks, including slinky dresses, tops, maxi and miniskirts, mostly in black and white colors. The pieces are adorned with leather and sequins. She modeled the collection herself. Miley Cyrus, on the other hand, created an accessories collection. The rebellious pop star collaborated with Jeremy Scott. He is most famous for his work with Moschino. His experiment with creating a collection with the theme of fast food really pleased the public. As for Miley, the main motif of her accessories is a flower print. She used it on bright earrings, bracelets, and multi-layered summer beads. The duet presented their joint collection during the New York Fashion Week. For all your news covering local and international fashion, stay tuned for our next episodes on the Kazakh TV channel.